So behind me, the red eye is getting the first mod, if you can call it that, and that is the windshield protection film. It's also exciting because it's the first time we're working with the new windshield protection product that we just got in. So we've been anxiously awaiting its arrival. It installs more like a paint protection film, so it should be a lot easier install. It's made by STEK. It's called dynoflex, I think, right? Or dynoflex, dynoflex. So we're gonna get that on the windshield. There's only 5 miles on the car, so this windshield should be as perfect as it's ever going to be. If this works well, we're gonna pull the Clearplex off of the GT4. It's been on there for over a year now and starting to show some signs of wear. We'll end up replacing it with this. Excited to give this a shot. Yeah, dude, oh my God. This is ridiculous. You just tug on the corner and watch the fingers disappear in both directions. It's exactly like PPF. Oh my God. I've never seen a product literally change the entire, like the whole, everything that is revolving around windshield protection up to this point has been absolutely miserable to install. It takes hours to do it right, and you usually scratch it in the process, and this is actually unbelievable. I feel stupid for the last however long we've tried and struggled to work with other products. There might be a little bit of a stretch mark or something there, but it's down in the black. I don't care. This still looks, our first install with this is better than our, probably, no offense, Snake, you did a nice job with Clearplex, but like probably better than our best install with Clearplex, and it took 5 minutes. This is awesome. All right, so the windshield protection film is done. As you can tell, I was super impressed with how easy it is. I'm excited to have that on there, especially for the big road trip that we're about to do. Give us a call if you need windshield protection. We're gonna see how this thing dries, but I think pretty much everything is going to dry just perfect on it, so. So at the end of that last segment, we were waiting to see how it dried. It's been about a week, it's been on the car. I put about 300 miles on the car, and I do have some feedback regarding this STEK dynoflex product. So the best way I can describe the installation is it's a mix between something like a window film and a paint protection film. It's not quite as flexible as paint protection film, but it doesn't need to be because the curves that you're going around are not as extreme as, say, something like a fender. So it's not as flexible. I think the reason for that is the more flexible that you make the film, probably the less clear it gets, and also the less impact resistance that it has, if I had to guess. Now, the reason I say that, everything has pros and cons. The pros of this particular product, it installs much simpler for people like us. That means a better quality installation, a better final result as far as appearance is concerned. But does it do its job, and what does it look like from the inside? So, one thing that I noticed pretty much immediately is there is a little bit of a texture to the film that the regular glass would not have. Now, when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. It is very, very minor. It's like an orange peel, almost like you'd have in a clear coat, but less extreme. So you're probably not even going to be able to see this on camera, even though John has an awesome camera and he can adjust it. However, you're still probably not going to be able to see it, but your eye can catch it. If you sort of move your head around a little bit, it can distort the images of those weeds across the road just a hair. Is it enough that it matters? I don't know. It's something that moving forward, we're definitely going to make sure that we inform the customer of so that they know that that's a possibility. It doesn't bother me when driving the car. There are a couple little marks in the adhesive similar to like a texture mark in paint protection adhesive that do kind of drive me crazy. And I rewatched the installation video to figure out if I did something wrong in that area, and I didn't. There's no way. So right in my, sort of in my line of sight, there's a couple little like C-shaped looking things, and that's indicative of like with paint protection film, if an area stuck quickly and we squeegeed over it. And maybe that's the case. We're gonna work on adjusting our slip ratios in our bottle. We're reached out to STEK to figure out if that's something installation related that we can repair. Now, as far as impact resistance or scratch resistance, I will say we've wiped the windshield down a few times. We've cleaned it. The wipers have gone a few times. I used the wipers on dry with no lubrication on purpose to see if it would scratch. And so far I've noticed absolutely no scratching, no micro scratching, which is good. I will say with some of the other products that we've used in the past, they scratched pretty easily. That was probably my biggest complaint with it, was that even upon installation, we would usually scratch it. I will say that the last product that we used was clearer, if you could get it to install correctly. So on cars that had relatively flat windshields, like Lamborghinis, we had a couple of McLarens that went really, really smooth. It's very clear, and the installation looks great. Really hard to cut, so your edges aren't as crisp as they are with the dynoflex. So at this point, I do think we're gonna move forward using the dynoflex, just because the overall installation, I think, is still better. But you do have to be aware, there's a little bit of texture there.